Have you ever felt like something is missing as you get older? Like maybe you're not quite as vibrant, as connected, or perhaps just not feeling as alive as you used to. It's easy to put these feelings down to just getting older, isn't it? We accept aches and pains, maybe a dip in energy, or perhaps a feeling of being a bit more isolated than we once were. It feels like an inevitable part of the journey, doesn't it? This can be a quiet, sometimes painful reality for many of us, a sense that some doors are closing and certain aspects of life are simply fading away. We might not talk about it openly, but there's often a subtle feeling of loss or a quiet resignation. What if I told you that some of these feelings, some of this perceived decline, might be connected to something you're perhaps neglecting, something deeply natural and vital to your health and happiness, even as the years go by? There's a part of our well-being that often gets overlooked in later life, and ignoring it can have significant consequences for both our bodies and our minds. In this video, we're going to look honestly at what happens when we neglect this important part of ourselves, exploring the surprising effects it can have on everything from our physical health to our emotional state. It's a topic that isn't always discussed openly, but understanding it is crucial for living your best life at any age. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Now, let's talk about what happens when that natural, healthy part of our lives, that physical intimacy, starts to fade or disappear completely as we get older. It's not just about pleasure, though. That's certainly a wonderful part of it. It's deeply connected to our overall health and vitality in ways many people don't realize until they start experiencing the changes. One of the first areas where doctors see an impact when regular sexual activity ceases or significantly declines is on cardiovascular health. Think about it. Sex is a form of physical activity. It gets your heart rate up, improves circulation, and helps keep your blood vessels flexible and healthy. When you lose that regular activity, you miss out on those mini cardio workouts. It's like deciding to stop taking walks or doing light exercise. Over time, your cardiovascular system doesn't get the same beneficial stress and strengthening. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it benefits from being worked. Studies have shown that regular sexual activity is associated with a lower risk of heart disease and stroke. It's not a magic bullet, of course, but it's one piece of the puzzle in maintaining a healthy heart as you age. When that piece is missing, you lose a natural way to support your cardiovascular system. Beyond the physical exertion, there's also the impact on hormone levels. Intimacy and orgasm release beneficial hormones like oxytocin and endorphins. Oxytocin, often called the love hormone, can help lower blood pressure and reduce stress. Endorphins are natural mood boosters and pain relievers. When sexual activity stops, your body produces less of these helpful hormones regularly. This can contribute to higher stress levels, increased blood pressure, and a general feeling of less well-being, which all in turn negatively affect heart health. It's a cascading effect. Less activity means less hormonal benefit, which means more stress and potential strain on your heart over time. You might start feeling a bit more anxious, a bit more on edge, and your body's physical response to stress might become less efficient. All partly because you're missing out on those regular releases of calming and happy hormones that intimacy provides. It's not something you'd necessarily connect directly, but these small, regular physical and hormonal boosts add up over the years. When they're gone, your system has to find other ways to cope, and it might not cope as effectively. Think of it like your body's natural stress relief and cardiovascular support system taking a significant hit. The physical benefits of the activity itself, combined with the hormonal effects, create a powerful shield for your heart and circulatory system. Without it, that shield is weakened, leaving you potentially more vulnerable to the common cardiovascular issues that tend to increase with age. It's a quiet consequence, not always dramatic, but it's there, subtly impacting your body's most vital functions. This lack of regular stimulation can also lead to physical changes in the reproductive organs themselves for both men and women. For women, lack of sexual activity can contribute to vaginal atrophy, where tissues become thinner, drier, and less elastic. This can make future attempts at intimacy uncomfortable or even painful, creating a difficult cycle. For men, less frequent activity can impact erectile function. The principle of use it or lose it applies here to some extent. Regular blood flow and stimulation help maintain the health and function of these tissues. When they aren't used, they can become less responsive, making it harder to regain function later on. This isn't just about sexual performance, it's about the health of these tissues and organs themselves. Lack of use can lead to reduced elasticity, decreased lubrication, and less robust blood supply over time, making physical intimacy less accessible or enjoyable if one decides to pursue it again in the future. It can feel like a silent, irreversible change happening in your own body, adding another layer to that feeling of something being lost or fading. And it's not just about the physical mechanics. These changes can also have a profound psychological impact, affecting self-esteem and body image. Feeling that your body is changing in ways that make intimacy difficult or impossible can be isolating and emotionally challenging. It's a cycle where the physical decline caused by lack of use can lead to less desire or opportunity for intimacy, further exacerbating the physical changes. Breaking this cycle can become increasingly difficult the longer it continues. So, while we often think of the major health impacts like heart disease, even the more localized physical changes are significant and contribute to a sense of aging and potential loss of a fundamental part of human connection and experience. The body thrives on use, and when these specific functions are neglected, the tissues and systems involved don't maintain their health and resilience as effectively. This isn't about judgment or expectation. It's about understanding the biological reality of how our bodies respond to use, or lack thereof, especially as we navigate the later decades of life. It's a gentle reminder that maintaining activity in all areas, including intimacy, contributes to overall physical well-being. Moving on from the purely physical, the impact of lacking intimacy extends significantly into our mental and emotional well-being. Loneliness and isolation are major challenges for many people as they age, and the absence of physical closeness can exacerbate these feelings. Human beings are wired for connection, and physical touch, especially in an intimate context, is a powerful form of bonding and reassurance. When that is missing, you can feel a deep sense of disconnection, even if you have friends and family around. It's a different kind of connection, a unique form of validation and comfort that intimacy provides. Without it, a void can develop, contributing to feelings of sadness, anxiety, and even depression. Think about the simple act of holding hands, cuddling, or the closeness shared during intimacy. These actions release those feel-good hormones we talked about earlier, like oxytocin. These hormones aren't just good for your heart. They play a crucial role in regulating mood and reducing stress. When the regular production of these hormones decreases due to lack of intimacy, your emotional resilience can weaken. You might find yourself feeling more irritable, more prone to negative thoughts, or simply less joyful than you used to be. It's like your body's natural antidepressant and anti-anxiety system is running on low battery. The world might seem a bit grayer, challenges might feel bigger, and the simple pleasures of life might lose some of their sparkle, partly because you're not getting those regular natural boosts to your emotional state. The emotional impact is perhaps even more profound than the physical for many people. We can adapt to physical changes, but the feeling of emotional emptiness or lack of connection can be deeply unsettling. This isn't to say that everyone needs to be sexually active to be happy in old age. Far from it. There are many forms of connection, but for those who have had intimacy as a part of their lives, its absence can leave a significant gap. And for those who desire it, the lack of opportunity or ability can lead to frustration and a sense of being incomplete. The emotional benefits of intimacy aren't just tied to the act itself, but the whole surrounding context of feeling desired, loved, and connected on a deep level with another person. When that fades, it can impact self-esteem and body image, leading to feelings of inadequacy or invisibility. You might start questioning your attractiveness or desirability, leading to a vicious cycle where negative self-perception further reduces the likelihood of pursuing or experiencing intimacy. This psychological toll can be heavy, contributing to a withdrawal from social activities and a general decline in quality of life. It's a subtle erosion of confidence and emotional well-being that can occur when this fundamental human need for intimate connection is unmet over a long period. Furthermore, regular sexual activity has been linked to better cognitive function. The physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, and the release of hormones like endorphins and dopamine can have positive effects on mood and alertness, which indirectly support cognitive health. Engaging in intimate relationships also often involves communication, emotional processing, and maintaining a connection with another person, all of which stimulate brain activity. When intimacy is removed, you might lose some of these subtle cognitive benefits. It's not that a lack of sex directly causes dementia, but it's one of the many lifestyle factors that contribute to overall brain health. Just as regular physical exercise and social interaction help keep the brain sharp, so too does maintaining an active, intimate life. The intellectual and emotional engagement involved in a close relationship, combined with the physical benefits of sexual activity, creates a protective effect for the brain. When that engagement is significantly reduced, the brain might not be getting the same level of stimulation and support. You might notice subtle changes in memory, focus, or mental agility, which could be partly attributed to a less active and engaged lifestyle, including the lack of intimate connection. It's another piece of the puzzle of healthy aging that is often overlooked. The interconnectedness of our physical, emotional, and mental health is undeniable, and intimacy plays a role in all three. Ignoring this aspect of well-being in older age means potentially missing out on significant support for maintaining cognitive function and emotional balance, making the journey of aging potentially more challenging than it needs to be. It's about recognizing that all parts of us work together, and neglecting one area, especially one as fundamental as connection and intimacy, can have ripple effects throughout our entire system. So we've talked about how neglecting this area can impact your heart, your physical tissues, and your mood and mental sharpness. It's a multifaceted picture, isn't it? It's not just one thing, but a combination of factors that start to shift when intimacy fades from your life in older age. Beyond the specific health consequences, there's a broader impact on your quality of life and your sense of vitality. When you lose that channel for intimate expression and connection, you might feel a loss of youthfulness, a sense that a vibrant part of your identity is gone. This isn't just about physical appearance, it's about feeling alive, feeling desirable, and feeling connected in a deeply personal way. This feeling of losing vitality can permeate other areas of your life. You might feel less motivated to exercise, less interested in social activities, or less enthusiastic about pursuing hobbies. It's as if a certain spark has dimmed. This isn't just anecdotal. The emotional and physical benefits of intimacy contribute directly to overall energy levels and enthusiasm for life. When you're feeling happier, less stressed, and physically healthier, you naturally have more energy and a greater desire to engage with the world around you. The absence of these regular boosts can lead to a subtle but persistent feeling of fatigue or lack of drive. It's not necessarily about feeling exhausted all the time, but rather a lack of that inner fire, that zest for life that intimacy can help fuel. This can lead to a more sedentary lifestyle, which in turn has its own cascade of negative health effects: weight gain, muscle loss, reduced flexibility, and increased risk of chronic diseases. It's a cycle. Less intimacy contributes to lower mood and energy, leading to a less active lifestyle, which further diminishes physical and mental health. Breaking out of this cycle can be challenging, but recognizing the connection is the first step. Furthermore, the loss of intimacy can strain relationships, even non-sexual ones. For couples, a decline in sexual activity can sometimes create distance and affect emotional intimacy. Communication might decrease, and partners might feel less connected or understood. This emotional distance can then spill over into other areas of the relationship, affecting companionship and mutual support, which are incredibly important as we age. Even for individuals who are single or whose partners are unable or unwilling to engage in intimacy, the lack of opportunity for this kind of connection can impact their ability to form close bonds or feel comfortable with physical closeness in other contexts. It can create a barrier to forming new relationships or deepening existing ones, leading to increased feelings of isolation. The ripple effect of neglecting intimacy touches not just individual health, but also the health of our most important relationships. Think about the comfort of a hug, the reassurance of holding a hand. These are forms of physical touch that are related to the intimacy we've been discussing. When the deeper, more intimate forms of physical connection are absent, sometimes even these simpler forms of touch become less frequent or comfortable, further isolating the individual. It's a profound point about the human need for physical closeness and connection throughout life. It's important to remember that intimacy takes many forms, and while sexual activity is a key one, emotional intimacy, physical affection like hugging and holding, and simply feeling deeply connected to another person are all vital. However, the specific benefits of sexual activity on physical health, hormone levels, and even cognitive function are distinct and contribute in unique ways to overall well-being. So, while fostering emotional connections and non-sexual physical affection is incredibly important, they don't fully replace the specific impacts of sexual activity on the body and mind. Understanding this distinction is crucial when considering the full picture of healthy aging. The point isn't to make anyone feel pressured or inadequate, but rather to shine a light on a topic that is often considered taboo in older age, yet holds significant implications for health and happiness. Ignoring the potential consequences of neglecting intimacy means missing out on opportunities to enhance your health and vitality in your later years. It's about being fully informed so you can make choices that best support your overall well-being, encompassing all aspects of a rich and fulfilling life. Now, taking all of this in might feel a bit heavy. We've explored some of the less talked about potential consequences when intimacy is no longer a part of life as we get older. How it can impact our hearts, our physical health, our minds, our moods, and even our relationships. It's a complex picture, and it highlights just how interconnected our physical and emotional selves are. But understanding these potential consequences isn't meant to cause worry. It's meant to empower you. It's about realizing that aging doesn't automatically mean giving up on vitality or connection. It's about recognizing that maintaining an active and engaged life, in all its facets, including intimacy if it's desired and possible, is a powerful way to support your health and happiness. The secret isn't really a secret at all, is it? It's simply the reminder that human connection, including physical intimacy, is a fundamental part of our well-being throughout our lives. The benefits we discussed, the boost to cardiovascular health, the positive impact on hormone levels and stress reduction, the potential support for cognitive function, and the profound effect on emotional well-being and connection, are real and significant. They contribute to feeling more vibrant, more connected, and simply more alive. Even if the specific form of intimacy changes as you age, maintaining closeness, affection, and connection with a partner, or even finding new ways to experience physical and emotional intimacy, is incredibly valuable. This isn't about pressure or obligation, it's about possibility. It's about knowing that you have agency over many aspects of your health and happiness as you age, and that includes nurturing your need for connection and intimacy in ways that feel right for you. Remember, small changes can indeed make a big difference to your health and happiness, and this includes considering how you can foster connection and intimacy in your life. Whether it's through open communication with a partner, seeking new forms of connection, or simply prioritizing self-care that makes you feel good about yourself, every step towards greater well-being is a positive one. What are your thoughts on this? Have you noticed any of the connections we discussed in your own life or the lives of people you know? Sharing your experiences can help others feel less alone and spark important conversations. So please, feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We read every one and they really do help build a supportive community. And if you found this conversation helpful, or if it gave you something new to think about, please give this video a like. It helps more people see it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this that aim to help you navigate the journey of aging with health, happiness, and vitality. We're here to explore all aspects of living well in your later years, even the topics that aren't always easy to talk about. Thank you for joining this important conversation. Here's to living your best life at every age.